can see the planets are aligning for me. I cannot read them, for the future's gone all behind me. Through the world I am wandering, wandering. A soft breeze blowing, I am wandering now. Through the world I am wandering.
Hello, I'm Mike. This is BushcraftCambsUK. This isn't really bushcraft per se. This is just sort of an introduction to some of the things that I do, some of the stuff that's been picked up from my father, from him teaching me, that I like, it's been handed down. Today we are going to be picking apples, making cider. It's a family and friends event. We invite as many people as want to attend. This is sort of a tradition which we've done for years and years and years. Something that we're just starting up again. Since my brother left for Afghanistan, we haven't done it, which was about 4 or 5 years ago. And now we're picking up again. So we're going to be showing you some of the processes, people picking the apples, having fun, the community behind it, and hopefully when it's brewed properly we'll be able to show you us drinking it. So we get underway by picking the apples that go into these containers here, and as you can see it's a family affair. There we go. Or another way to do it is to shake the tree, get the apples down on the floor and pick them up from the floor. Now this doesn't necessarily matter because the apples are going to be cut up and pressed anyway, so you're not actually eating them, so if they hit the floor it doesn't matter. This is Alex doing some more scrumping from BushcraftCambsUK. For the cider making, and we're joined by Rachel, Scott and baby Oscar. So a real family affair. And look at this, fat with apples, apples that wouldn't be eaten otherwise or used in any other way. And we only pick off the ground, give the tree a gentle shake, don't take from the tree because they're not ready. We've got 2 boxes of apples, which is a fraction of what we will be getting. However, you need to rinse them off, wash them, and then we move on to the next step. Okay, the idea behind washing the apples is very simple. You get all the leaves and dirt, some of the dirt off, and if there are any insects inside the apples or on the apples, you wash them off. Any insects inside the apples, normally the water starts going in and they start coming out to try and escape. So that's one of the benefits of washing them. Okay, cutting the apples, very simple, into quarters, 2 cuts, and the next one.
We're looking to see if any of them are bad in the inside as well.
Okay. And this is an area where the children can get involved again. Yeah, I can see. 2 simple cuts and done. Okay, once the apples are chopped into quarters, you have a bowl for the rotten pieces which have had insects burrow into them, that sort of thing. And then you have a bucket for the apples that are to be pressed.
They really need a good apple washer. Do you know any? And you were the best at that job.
So she needs to make sure that she has warm water, not cold water.
Okay? That says you do it with warm water.
Right, go. Oh, just drilling holes.
Take a look at the bottom.
Oh, I can see.
There is a blade on the bottom there, so that it pulps it up nicely. The smell coming off of that is so sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Okay, what we've done was taken the mulch, we've put it in to the press, then got 2 blocks which go in side by side, like so. And you just give that a little press on its own, and that should start flowing freely. It's quite nicely going just by hand. You've got a threaded pole there, and you've got more blocks which go the opposite way to the cut between these 2 blocks in here. Then what we do is we stand these like this, because it's only half full at the moment, so that you get a better press. Put a block on top, and then you've got the spindle. And with the spindle, what you're doing is just wind that on, nice and easy. There we go. And you can do this part by hand. It should go on quite quickly. And there's no real pressure to it at the moment, so I should be able to wind this on by hand and still get a decent amount of apple juice out of it. Now, bear in mind that you've seen one process here with an almost full bucket. This has actually been done and repeated maybe 30-40 times in total. And then once you've wound it as tight as you can by hand, you've got a rod here which you just then wind on. Now this is an old Victorian style press which was purchased online. They're quite easy to find and they're quite easy to use, although you know it's not industrial by any means. It's a real home item, as opposed to if you actually want to make any kind of cider on any kind of scale. This will maybe give us 10 gallons in a day, dependent on how many people you've got and how fast they work, really. But, yeah. Once the apples are pressed, you take the container out and empty them into the mulch bucket, like so. Get your hands in there, a little bit mucky, but you can always have a shower afterwards. And then you repeat the process of pressing them, cutting them, washing them, etc. Okay, cider making for us is not free. We don't buy the apples, so in exchange for taking the apples from that tree previous, what we've done is we've agreed to prune it, to take it off over their driveway. They don't get apples onto their driveway. In doing so, there's also a berry tree right next door which was also overhanging, and taking a look at it, it is absolutely perfect for using as a fishing hook, as the bits on here, the thorns are extremely sharp. Do you want to get a good close-up view of that? They're extremely sharp and they are angled, so you can make a perfect fishing line out of that. And these berries grow all over this area, so that's a plant to look out for, I think. Okay, so we've finished. We've collected up all of the apple juice into around about 55 litres, which is 2 drums. Now, what we do now is we leave it for 2 days, and in that time the sediment will drop to the bottom and you'll have a sort of scum form on the top, and you need to filter that off. And once that's done, you leave it for another 2 days, repeat, and that continues for the first week. After that first week, it should then take 5 to 7 more weeks before you have your cider. We have used natural apples straight off the tree, which means that their skin is covered in yeast, which means we haven't actually added any yeast. However, normally if you were buying the apples in, for instance, they're washed, cleaned, they don't have that sort of thing on them. So what you would have to do is you would have to put in 1 packet of yeast per gallon of apple juice. So now, at the end of the day, we're sat, we've got a cup of tea, cup of coffee, a cigarette, well deserved after a hard day's work, and we've chopped up the wood which we trimmed off the trees earlier to pay for the apples. And what we've done is we've just set up the chimney so that we've got a nice little bit of heat before we call it a day. So I hope that tutorial's helped you. I hope you enjoy it, and we hope to bring you more here at Bushcraft Cambs UK.